Yo, what's up, Kakarot? Just setting up the stream right now. What's up? Check, check, check. First one tonight, you beat Mac and Super Saiyan.
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies.
We're good.
Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the
You
right
live?
spots.
Plane breakers?
You found a power key. Go slot it.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Ive? How are you doing?
Welcome.
We were live earlier. We're back at it for round 2. What's up with you?
Please save me!
If you guys want to play, let me know. I'll give you the room key.
Someone, anyone, please!
Hey, great!
Thank you.
You found another power key. Use it quick.
You might be underwater.
An ally needs your help. We don't know when danger awaits. Think before rushing in. That's a new power key. Place it now. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. Oh, come on! Flying Nimbus!
Just made it. We had to eat. Yeah, I'll stream on the weekend as well. Trying to stream every day, at least 2 hours a day.
Somebody's down! Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. Great! You know what to do with that key.
Welcome. Thank you. Close.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Get away.
Get up! Flying Nimbus! Stay calm.
Yeah, you saw me.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now. Oh man.
Ooh, you got away, bro. Look how he pressed the wrong button.
Ally down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
We only have 4 Dragon Balls. Ankles. 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 You thought I went that way? Psych. Okay, we only have 4 Dragon. Wait, how much we have? We found all the balls. How am I gonna get them to?
Holy hell. Stay calm. Stay calm. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Bro, I put the ball there to my line. Try to shoot me.
Holy hell. You've got all 7. Here comes the pain. Summon Shinron at the altar. Stay calm. Stay calm.
Got me. Black Frieza. We got a whole bunch of shit, bro. Lacking. Trying to turn me and beat it, bro.
Understood.
We're in control at this point. Okay, we have 55 seconds to revive me or just let this go.
Make good use of them.
Hopefully the time machine, starts. Getting the fuck out of there, come on! We got that W. It was coming for me too, you know. Good job, guys. Yo, Kakarot, are you playing Breakers? Give you the room key if you want to join. You want the room key? Or not? Switch ain't working? Alright, bro, you need to fix that. Told you to upgrade, get the Switch too. Yeah, they have Super Saiyan Gogeta. That's what you're asking.
Engulfs him while the other takes Piccolo. Buu quickly brings the blobs back to him and absorbs them, causing him to transform. Goku from the Kai realm urges Gohan to kill Buu, but the transformation is complete before Gohan can act. Buu then looks down at Gohan with a wicked grin, now sporting an elongated antenna in Gotenks' vest. Buu explains that he planned to absorb Gotenks all along to become the strongest, but his power had a time limit, so he waited for an hour for the next chance. Gohan remarks that Buu's intelligence hasn't improved though, as it would have been smarter to absorb him instead. Buu argues that being the strongest would be pointless without anyone to fight, then stating that his greatest motivation is to fulfill his previous Majin Buu's promise of killing Gohan. Buu aims to end the fight quickly due to Super Gotenks' time constraint. Gohan then stating that that's smart thinking, and that must be the Piccolo in him. Gohan tries to attack Buu with a kick, but Buu catches both legs, leaving Gohan helpless. The Half Saiyan shoots a Ki Blast, but Buu avoids it and grabs Gohan's neck with his antenna. Buu then punches Gohan into the distance and fires a powerful Ki Blast at him, but Gohan manages to dodge it. Buu taunts Gohan, who attacks again but gets smacked into the air and trapped by Gotenks' rapid fire Super Donut move. Goku fears for Gohan's life and is urged by Old Kai to help, but Goku is unable to return to the world of the living. Old Kai then offers to sacrifice himself so that Goku can return and save Gohan. Back on Earth, Buu prepares to use the Kamehameha to finish off a trapped Gohan, but the Half Saiyan breaks free and barely manages to avoid the attack. Meanwhile, in the afterlife, King Yama sends a soul back to Earth to assist in the battle with Buu, and Vegeta is chosen, smiling at the chance to face off against the monster once again. In the realm of the Kais, the old Kai dies and gives Goku his life, but immediately resurrects with a halo and urges the Saiyan to hurry and save Gohan. Buu continues to mock Gohan's persistence to survive their battle. Gohan rushes in once more, but Buu evades it easily and elbows him, causing him to fall to the ground. Gohan retaliates by shooting a blast at Buu, but the monster redirects it back toward him. The blast goes through the ground and flies out into space on the other side of the planet. Buu flies after Gohan, estimating that he only has 10 minutes left for the fusion and wants to make them enjoyable. As Gohan's beaten senseless, Dende advises Hercule to take the dog and leave, but he refuses, then pulling out his 4.5 caliber gun and aims at Buu. In the realm of the Kais, Goku plans to teleport away, but the old Kai stops him and asks how he intends to defeat Buu.
Trash will always be trash.
Level 16 boys. Pretty high level team members.
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Change!
Where am I? You found a power key. Go slot it. Someone save me! Thanks. Flying Nimbus!
Oh, that's a cue to get the hell out of here.
Perfect! I've arrived at last. At long last. That's a new power key. Place it now. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. Great. You know what to do with that key.
Right now. Triple left, yeah.
Flying Nimbus!
There's a Dragon Ball up here. Oh. Good thing I had a radar because I don't know how we're supposed to find out.
That's a new power key. Place it now. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. I've arrived at last. At long last.
Need one more.
Flying Nimbus!
Let me go help this guy look for it. The radar. Yo, Will, what's up? I saw your comment on my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Appreciate the support.
At long last.
This guy has the last ball.
Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done. Thanks. You've got all 7 Dragon Balls. Summon Shenron at the altar. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Game is great, homie. Second stream of the day. We got a win earlier. Trying to get another win right now. How was your day?
Flying Nimbus! I've arrived. At last. At long last. Stay calm. Stay calm.
Like, keep this in.
Supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Bro, I thought if we killed Kyrgyz, that was it.
Flying Nimbus!
I kind of wasted my Dragon Change then.
Oh man.
I thought if we killed Kyrgyz, the level 1 game was over, bro.
This is
Kind
bad.
of wasted my
Somebody's
level 1.
down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. Stay calm. Stay calm. You're done! Solar Flare!
Got the W, you guys. Stayed alive. That's all that matters. Stayed alive. Nice to hear. Nice to hear, bro. In. 100% XP right now, or is it 300? When does that start? We have ranked coming in 2 weeks, I think.
Goku gets an idea to fuse with Gohan using the dance he taught Goten and Trunks, but Old Kai is skeptical, stating that Buu wouldn't give them enough time to prepare. He then removes the earrings that he's wearing and instructs Goku to put one on his left ear while Gohan puts the other on his right, and the two will begin to fuse. Old Kai claims that the Potara earrings are a superior method of fusion and an ancient treasure of the Kais. To demonstrate, he instructs Supreme Kai and Kibito to remove the earrings on their opposing ears, and the two fly toward one another as we cut back to Gohan, who suddenly crashes out of the ground and is badly injured. Dende rushes to heal him, just as Buu emerges from the ground as well, confused on how Gohan was able to get back to full strength. He however mocks him as he's still weaker, and attacks Gohan with a key shockwave and attempts to kill Dende at the same time, assuming he's the reason for Gohan's recovery. Hercule fires his gun at the blast and it disappears, not at the hands of the champ though, but Tien Shinhan, who'd arrived and used a tri-beam to deflect it. In the meantime, Supreme Kai and Kibito have fused, creating a taller Kai with long, straight hair. The warrior now known as Kibito Kai is thrilled with his new power, but old Kai quickly deflates his ego. Goku wonders how long the Potara fusion lasts, and old Kai reveals that it lasts forever, much to Kibito Kai's surprise. Goku is shocked as well, realizing that he won't be able to separate from his son. Old Kai then urges Goku to hurry and save Gohan before it's too late, and Goku prepares to head to Earth. Right before leaving though, he wonders if they should transform into Super Saiyan before fusing. However, old Kai advises against it, as it could have adverse effects on their body and lifespan. Kibito Kai interrupts them though, stating that Buu is about to finish off Gohan, and Goku leaves, then appearing on Earth to cut Buu in half with a Destructo Disc to prevent him from destroying the Earth. Gohan wonders how his dad returned from the afterlife, and Buu recognizes Goku as the warrior with the unusual transformations that he fought before. Goku then informs Buu that he possesses a powerful secret weapon to tip the scales, which confuses him. Buu, however, lifts up his cut off lower half and kicks Tien across the face, knocking him out. After some trash talk, Goku tosses one of the other Potara to Gohan, but he misses it, much to Goku's shock. Goku instructs him to put it on his right ear to fuse and defeat Buu. However, Buu interrupts them and rushes toward Goku. Gohan searches for the Potara while Goku transforms into Super Saiyan 3, but suddenly Buu stops mid-air and begins to regress, as the boy's fusion has now run out. Goku assumes that Piccolo is the strongest one inside Buu now, and that Gohan can handle things from here, but Buu reveals that he had a backup plan, then using the spare piece of his body that was cut off to engulf Gohan and absorb him. Now out of time and options, Goku searches for another person to fuse with, but Tien Shinhan is out of commission, and
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Bro, what the fuck happened? Put the radar right beside us. You got set up.
Be careful too, okay? Stay calm. It's me! An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. You found a power key. Go slot it. That's a new power key. Place it now. That was a piece of cake!
And I gave up.
Flying Nimbus!
He just gave up. He said, screw this. Rage quit. That's what it's called.
Great! You know what to do with that key. That's a new power key. Place it now.
So I got to level 2. Clear.
Thanks. Ooh, great! You know what to do with that key. Flying Nimbus! Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done.
Where am I?
You heard our transfer, man.
The startup system is under attack.
Thanks.
Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it? The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer. Allied down! You intend to rescue them. Watch out for enemies. Take it now. An ally needs your help.
You're going to fight me.
I missed both my stuns, man. Lost the Sora.
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them. I'll get another one out right away. Just keep it together until then. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. I sent another super transfer. Take it and survive
Person
this.
just drove right past me, bro. Yo, what's up? How you doing? Teammates sold, bro.
To commemorate my newfound dominance, I'll destroy this.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what
We should
danger
know their
awaits.
place.
Think before rushing in.
Don't despair. I'll put you out of your misery. Entertain.
Down, babe.
One touch, one. Your move.
Everyone's missing.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before
The
rushing in.
weak should know their place.
Yeah, destroy it.
Your move. Your move. You imbecile! Watch yourself!
Yeah, you have to shoot the ghost.
The startup system's destroyed. The escape time machine's almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light.
Your move.
Too close for
You're
comfort.
lucky I'm so merciful. I shall give you one chance.
It's me.
You're lucky I'm so merciful. I shall give you one chance. Don't despair. I'll put you out of your misery.
Oh man, talk about a finish. Pause.
Now all who have challenged my greatness have fallen! To commemorate my newfound dominance, I'll destroy this planet!
Nah, he did it. I don't think this was him as it.
And Dende's no fighter. Goku then considers Hercule as his last option. Buu generously gives Goku 5 seconds to choose a fusion partner, but Goku has trouble deciding, as fusing with Hercule would probably do more harm than good. As Goku is about to choose Hercule anyway though, he senses Vegeta's ki in the distance. Buu attacks, but Goku teleports away just in time. Goku and Vegeta reunite, surprising both of them and Baba. Buu states that he'll hunt Goku down and flies after him, leaving Hercule and Dende behind. Goku asks Vegeta to put on the Potara earring to fuse and defeat Buu, but Vegeta is hesitant. Buu senses their power, but doubts that they'll be strong enough even if they fuse. Goku urges Vegeta to put on the earrings as Buu gets closer, but Vegeta is angry that Goku held back during their fight and didn't use Super Saiyan 3. Goku explains that the transformation was temporary and apologizes, but reveals that Buu killed everyone and absorbed Piccolo, Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. Vegeta remains skeptical about fusion as Buu prepares to attack, but finally puts on the earring in desperation, but not before Goku warns him that they'll be permanently fused. They then join bodies and create a new warrior, surprising Buu. After fusing, Vegeta and Kakarot become Vegito, who then transforms into Super Vegito, a powerful warrior who easily deflects Buu's ki attack. Buu tries to attack Vegito with a punch, but the warrior counters with a hard kick to the face, breaking Buu's nose. Vegito taunts Buu and continues to pummel him with punches and kicks, then grabbing Buu's leg and slamming him into the ground, leaving him helpless. Kibito Kai and Old Kai comment on the power of the Potara, stating how the fusion of these two rivals has made them stronger than ever before. Vegito then impales Buu with a ki saber and asks him to get serious, but Buu remains defiant. As the two fighters become engulfed in the steam of the monster's anger, they continue to battle, but Vegito emerges victorious, holding Buu's antenna in his hand. He then blows it to bits and vows to erase Buu from existence the same way later, but Old Kai gets upset that the fused warrior isn't taking the fight seriously himself, leaving Buu completely furious. Buu is shocked to see that Vegito's power is so great and the warrior mocks him, prompting Buu to utilize Gotenks' Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. Vegito recognizes the technique though and easily destroys the ghost, taunting Buu, causing him to become increasingly frustrated. Buu flies at Vegito, angry about their unfair fusion, but Vegito easily dodges and strikes, telling him that he absorbed multiple people, so he's the last person who should be complaining. Meanwhile, Dende and Hercule can hear the battle in the distance. Vegito kicks Buu in the face and taunts him some more, but Buu retaliates by turning him into a candy ball. The monster holds the candy in his hand and prepares to eat, but suddenly punches himself in the face, causing the candy to drop and float. Vegito surprisingly retained his strength as a candy ball and attacks Buu, flying around and through his body repeatedly and cutting off a piece of his antenna. Buu eventually turns the warrior back to normal and out of options, begins to sweat. Vegito then gives Buu until the count of 10 to say his prayers, and suddenly Buu realizes he can absorb Vegito by using the piece of his antenna that was cut off. He waits carefully and angles the absorption, but Vegito is onto his plan. As Buu goes in for it, Vegeta puts up a barrier to protect himself and is absorbed as Buu sits in satisfaction. Kibito Kai is in disbelief that Vegito was absorbed by Majin Buu, who is now taunting the fighter with laughter. The Kai thinks it's the end, but old Kai observes that Buu hasn't powered up or changed his form as he did before, which is strange. He suspects that Vegito may have had a plan, and Buu stops laughing, wondering himself why he hasn't transformed, but realizes that he's still the strongest and no one can stop him. Buu then tears off his shirt and laughs maniacally, while deep inside him, Vegito appears, annoyed by his laughter and grateful that the barrier worked. Shortly after, he decides to remove it to search for Gohan and the others, but splits back into Goku and Vegeta. Goku is confused on how they could separate when the fusion was supposed to be permanent, but Vegeta is relieved to be himself again and destroys his Potara earring. Goku scolds him and explains that they could have used that to fight against Buu again, then stating that as long as they're separated, Vegeta will have to go back to the afterlife. Vegeta, however, says that's better than spending an eternity united with Goku. Goku suggests they find Gohan and the others, and Vegeta agrees, warning that they need to hurry before Buu destroys the Earth. As they search for their friends, they find Piccolo, Gohan, Trunks, and Goten trapped in pods connected to Buu's innards. Vegeta notices that the boys have lost their fusion as well, but Goku explains that it's because of the 30-minute time limit for the fusion technique. The two begin to free their loved ones,
just let me know
and
when
on
you're
the
ready.
outside, the monster suddenly reverts back to his pre-absorption form. Goku notices that Buu's power has dropped, but insists that they can't compete with his strength and suggests fusion again. Vegeta realizes Goku's referring to the dance Goten and Trunks performed and refuses to do it, then suddenly notices the innocent Buu trapped in another pod nearby. As they observe and suggest cutting him loose, suddenly a voice interrupts them. The two turn around and see that the Buu they're inside has formed within himself, and Vegeta is perplexed by this. Buu doesn't know why they weren't absorbed, but is angry that they disconnected all the others. Vegeta states that they're in a bad situation, while Goku suggests they should have kept the Potara to fuse again outside for an easy victory. Buu is pleased to hear they can't fuse again, and Vegeta criticizes Goku for giving that away. Buu then prepares to fight, so the two turn Super Saiyan. Goku threatens to blast a large hole in Buu's body, but Buu remains unconcerned. Meanwhile, Dende, Hercule, and the puppy approach Buu on the outside, as Dende can sense his energy. Inside, Goku's attack is ineffective. Buu explains that he felt a small sensation in his head,
Right now
since
we have
they're
3
as
out of 8
small
players,
as
so
fleas. Goku says they'll have to find another way to
get
defeat
a
him,
match soon.
but Buu claims it's impossible. Vegeta has another idea though, and asks Buu what would happen if he cut the other Buu's pod free, wondering whether Buu would revert to the fat one or the thin one. Buu pleads with Vegeta to stop though, stating that if this Buu were to be removed, he won't be him anymore. Goku is puzzled by what Buu means, while Vegeta is quite intrigued. The monster rushes at Vegeta, but the Saiyan cuts the pod free before Buu can attack. The inner Buu then collapses and oozes away, while the outer Buu screams in agony. Vegeta suggests they should rescue everyone and leave, so they carry the pods and fly through Buu until they come across one of the steam holes in his head. Outside, they all return to their normal size, but everyone else remains unconscious. Buu still hasn't noticed their escape in the midst of his agony, and Dende is impressed with Goku and Vegeta's rescue of the absorbed individuals. Buu starts to grow larger, and Goku points out that his energy is actually increasing now, much to their surprise. Goku is uneasy about Buu's transformation, as is Kibito Kai. The Kai then panics as he realizes Buu is reverting back to his original form. Buu's agony stops as he transforms into a small childlike form, which Goku and Vegeta assume will be easy to defeat, but the Kais are shocked and discuss Buu's history. Kibito Kai explains that this version of Buu was created by the mage Bibidi and defeated 4 of the 5 total Supreme Kai. The first 2 to die were the North and West Supreme Kai, but Buu absorbed the other 2 of them and gained a heart, which reduced his power. However, the detachment from the Fat Buu has now pushed him to his current state as the pure incarnation of evil. Kid Buu screams at the top of his lungs, surprising everyone
YouTuber
around
who we're
him, and
watching,
without
his name is
hesitation,
Justin.
fires
Make
a
sure you guys
blast
go
at the
give him a
planet,
subscribe and,
devastating enough to
like the
destroy
video
it.
and stuff,
Vegeta knocks
like
it
all his
away
videos and
just in
stuff.
time, and the Saiyans try to convince
came
Buu
in
not
the
to
other day and
destroy
showed
the
some
Earth,
love, so
but Buu
I was gonna
ignores
give him a
them and
shout out.
creates a large energy ball. Realizing they can't stop this attack from destroying their home, Goku decides to use instant transmission to teleport everyone away. Having little time to act, he spots Dende, Hercule, and a puppy on the ground and decides to save them instead, in shock that he can only teleport this one time. Kibito Kai, however, appears and takes their hands, teleporting them to the sacred realm of the Kais just as Earth explodes, taking Piccolo, Trunks, Goten, and Gohan along with it. As the group arrive, Goku is was devastated that they couldn't save the others, and Vegeta questions why Goku chose to
what's
save
going on with these
Dende,
things, man?
Hercule, and the dog over his own children. The old Kai confirms with the group that the Earth is gone, which makes Hercule laugh, thinking the old man is talking nonsense. Dende, however, politely tells Hercule to be quiet and explains the importance of the Kais and the realm. It's all for nothing though, as he brushes it off, still not believing that Dende could possibly be the god of the Earth. Hercule then realizes this must be all a dream and jumps off a cliff to prove it to himself, although he falls immediately and gets hurt. Vegeta is still angry at Goku for saving this idiot instead of their comrades, and further states due to the Earth's destruction, the Dragon Balls won't be able to bring back the dead anymore. However, Dende suggests going to planet Namek to get a new set of Dragon Balls. Goku thinks it's too far away, but the Supreme Kai says he can teleport them there. Old Kai, however, is against the idea, stating that the Dragon Ball shouldn't be used for selfish desires, prompting Goku to offer to take a perverted picture of a woman for him in exchange for permission to use the Dragon Balls. Vegeta catches wind of what Goku is planning as he's talking about Bulma and argues with him, exclaiming that he needs to use his own wife instead of his. Meanwhile, Kibito Kai looks at the crystal ball and points out that Buu is reforming in space. With little time to spare, the Kais give Goku and Vegeta another pair of Potara earrings, but they refuse to use them as they want to fight Buu one-on-one. They believe they must have some time before the final battle, but suddenly, Buu appears in the realm of the Kais, having been able to find everyone after witnessing Kibito Kai use his teleportation technique once. Goku and Vegeta prepare to fight Buu, while the others watch via a crystal ball from another planet, and after winning in rock paper scissors to decide who fights first, Goku becomes a Super Saiyan 3 and wakes up a sleeping Buu, who then begins howling and beating on his chest. Vegeta steps back and acknowledges that the final battle for the fate of the universe was about to begin. Kid Buu then attacks Goku, but he counters with a Kamehameha. Buu quickly recovers and Goku hits him away, but Buu slows himself and kicks Goku in the face. As the Saiyan backflips to gain distance, he's met with a blast from Buu that he barely manages to teleport away from. The two then begin to trade blows as Vegeta watches, acknowledging how amazing Goku is in his battle, as he himself didn't stand a chance. Vegeta goes on to state that he now knows why he could never come close to Goku in strength, as he always fought for the sheer pleasure of battle and to kill his enemies, while Goku only fights to better himself each time and overcome his limits. He almost never takes the lives of his opponents and cares for others, which Vegeta now understands, confused but accepting how such a gentle Saiyan could still love to fight. Vegeta then continues to watch the battle as he wishes Goku good luck, saying that he's truly number one. Meanwhile, Goku disintegrates Buu with a powerful Kamehameha, but he regenerates as usual. The Saiyan is frustrated that Buu's physical strength never decreases and that he can always return to his normal state. Vegeta then encouraging Goku to go all out and finish Buu, as he thinks he's holding back for his sake. Goku, however, states that he's actually pushing himself to his limits and needs more time to power up, prompting Vegeta to offer him a minute to gather his strength while he takes on Buu himself. Goku warns Vegeta that if he dies again, he'll vanish from not only the living world, but the afterlife, effectively ceasing to exist. Nevertheless, Vegeta makes up his mind, powering up to Super Saiyan 2 and charges at Buu with a massive ki blast that obliterates the lower half of his body. Vegeta unleashes a series of blasts, causing Goku to believe that he can achieve his 1-minute goal at this pace. Despite the relentless assault though, Buu regenerates behind Vegeta and knocks him down with a forceful blow. Vegeta tries to recover, but Buu continues to pummel him with lightning fast punches and kicks. Vegeta is astonished by the ferocity of Buu's attacks, surprised that Goku could fight such an adversary on his own. Goku hopes that Vegeta can hold on, but it appears that he might not make it. Goku then states that it's been over a minute, yet he still doesn't have enough power, watching as Buu kicks Vegeta and sends him flying, then grabs him by the neck and begins choking him. Goku is unsure what to do, but suddenly Hercule interrupts Buu by calling him out and boasting about being the world champion. Buu releases Vegeta and turns his attention to Hercule, preparing to attack him. Hercule of course cowers and covers himself, and Buu misses him. Goku is impressed by Hercule's courage, and Buu suddenly stops attacking as he clutches his head in agony. Hercule then assuming that the monster is afraid of him and starts laughing. Buu continues his struggle as Hercule and Goku are confused as to why the monster is behaving so strangely. Vegeta asks Goku if he's finished, but the Saiyan says he's actually getting weaker by the second. Kid Buu then spits out Fat Buu, who's apparently still inside him, much to everyone's shock. Dende realizes that the good Buu inside of Kid Buu was preventing him from attacking Hercule, but now that barrier's been removed. Hercule stands his guard against the evil Buu, but he's punched in the face and rolls around in pain. The champ tries to threaten Buu, but he just laughs and beats his chest like an ape, then rushing at Hercule to finish him off. Suddenly, the good Buu appears and stands between Hercule and Evil Buu. The two Boos then launch toward one another, with the Evil Buu getting a hard kick to the good one. Fat Buu recovers and headbutts Kid Buu, but he grabs Fat Buu's antenna and slams him around. Fat Buu fires a blast at Kid Buu, blowing off half his torso, but he quickly regenerates. Meanwhile, Goku's power is fading away and he loses his Super Saiyan 3 form, shocking everyone. The Evil Buu then blows off the good Buu's head, but he manages to recover. Hercule cheers Fat Buu on, but he says he doubts he can win. Vegeta insults Goku for his inability to gather ki and being able to maintain his Super Saiyan 3 form, which drains the energy of a living body. Disheartened, Goku gives up and the two Boos engage in combat, Kid Buu clearly having the upper hand. Hercule tries to intervene, but is easily swatted away by Kid Buu. Fat Buu manages to break free from the Evil Buu's headlock and attacks him, but the Evil Buu dodges and strikes him from behind. The good Buu regenerates and they continue fighting, leaving Goku worried about how long they'll be able to keep this up. Vegeta then calls on the Kais and Dende to gather the Dragon Balls on the restored planet Namek, but doesn't explain why. After the trip is made and the balls are gathered, having been done by the Namekians already, Vegeta orders them to make two wishes: restore the Earth and revive everyone who died since the Tenkaichi Budokai, except for the evil ones. Dende realizes that Porunga can only revive one person per wish, but the Namekian leader Mori assures them that Porunga has powered up since Goku's battle with Frieza. Meanwhile, the Evil Buu attacks the good Buu and Vegeta notices that the good Buu's power is dropping. Porunga eventually grants the second wish and the people of Earth, including Gohan, Piccolo, and the boys, are revived. Vegeta then reveals his plan to have Goku prepare a spirit bomb to kill Buu, but Goku doubts that gathering energy from all the Earthlings will be sufficient enough to do the job. Vegeta thinks otherwise though, and explains that this will be a lot of energy. Dende informs them that Porunga wants the third wish, but Vegeta isn't interested. He instead wants to speak to all the Earthlings at once, but Kibito Kai says it's impossible. However, Goku recognizes King Kai's voice as he offers to help Vegeta by using his telepathy to speak to Earth's people. Vegeta addresses the Earthlings and asks them to lend their power to defeat Buu, and Goku then raises his hands and asks everyone to lend him as much energy as possible. The others, including Gohan, Trunks, and Goten, follow suit and the energy begins to swell. However, Vegeta realizes that the spirit bomb isn't complete and gets angry when he hears that the Earthlings are hesitant to raise their hands. Goku expresses doubts about their current level of ki and asks if anyone other than their friends has contributed. Vegeta, frustrated by the lack of support, aggressively demands that the people of Earth contribute. However, they still remain skeptical, unwilling to assist. Meanwhile, the evil Buu is attacking the good Buu, and Vegeta realizes they're running out of time. Hercule tries to distract the evil Buu with a rock to prevent him from killing the good Buu, but it only annoys him and directs his attention to Goku and the others. Goku appeals to everyone on Earth to lend their energy to help defeat the evil Buu. Some recognize his voice and raise their hands, while others are still skeptical. Vegeta tries to attack the evil Buu, but is quickly overpowered. As Hercule watches Vegeta suffering and Goku's pleas to the Earth, he grows frustrated with the Earthlings' skepticism and steps in, demanding them to help the world champion. The Earthlings recognize Hercule's voice, and the champ tells him that he's been battling Majin Buu.
Yes,
now
sir,
convinced, the Earthlings raise their hands and send over their energy, chanting Hercule's name throughout the planet in the process. After a few more moments, the power of everyone on Earth is transferred to Goku, and the spirit bomb finishes as Goku prepares to launch it at Buu. Goku tells Vegeta to move out of the way to avoid being caught up in the blast. Suddenly, Buu launches an attack at Goku, causing him to quickly disappear to evade it. When he reappears, he sees that Vegeta is no longer near Buu. Hercule is then seen running away with Vegeta slung over his shoulder. Goku commends Hercule for his efforts, stating that he truly is the savior of the world, and launches the spirit bomb, but Buu prepares to counter it with a blast of his own. Despite Goku's efforts, Buu manages to hold off the spirit bomb from smothering him. Goku wishes he had some more strength left to push it further, and Vegeta realizes he doesn't have enough physical strength to fully execute the attack. Dende and the Kais try to work out a strategy, then suggesting using the Dragon Balls to restore Goku's strength. Dende fulfills the wish, and Porunga agrees and makes it so, restoring the Saiyan to his full power. Goku then turns Super Saiyan and tells Buu that he's amazing, having come so far with his own strength. Goku states that he hopes he can come back one day as a better person, and with that, he pushes the spirit bomb down, and Kid Buu is completely obliterated from existence. From the air, Goku glances at Vegeta and gives him a thumbs up, signifying the end of the battle as they both smile. Finally, Majin Buu had disappeared completely, with not a single cell remaining, and the Namekians and Kais celebrate. Piccolo informs Gohan that Buu's energy is completely gone, and on the world of the Kais, Hercule speaks to the citizens on Earth, confirming that it's all over. Everyone cheers and chants except for Videl, who knows her father is lying. Meanwhile, Dende rushes to heal Goku, but Goku asks him to heal Vegeta first. Hercule's reunion with his puppy in celebration is cut short though, when the puppy finds the original Buu beaten to a pulp in some rubble. Vegeta understandably wants to finish off Buu, but Hercule begs him not to, saying that he'll take responsibility for him. Goku asks Dende to heal Buu and says that both he and Hercule helped in the battle, so at the very least, he deserves to live. Kibito Kai thinks it might not be a good idea for Buu to live on Earth since everyone will recognize him, but Goku suggests they can keep him from going outside for 6 months and asks Shenron to erase Buu's memory from everyone. Vegeta reluctantly agrees, and after Buu is healed, they all return to Earth and everyone greets them happily, except Buu, who everyone needed to get used to at first. 6 months later, memories of Buu were erased from everyone's mind, except for those who were heavily involved, and we fast forward 10 years into the future as we witness a now teenage Trunks visiting Gohan, who tells him that Goten and their dad are training in the woods. We cut to a teenage Goten, who's exhausted after training with his father, and Vegeta and Bulma arrive, Goku telling them that they haven't seen each other in a while, and Bulma stating it's been 4 years. Goku makes a joke about Bulma being old, and she retorts by calling Saiyans freaks, but Vegeta explains that Saiyans remain young longer so they can fight, Bulma then wondering if she should ask Shenron to make her younger. Goku tells Vegeta that he's training to enter the Tenkaichi Budokai tomorrow, as there's an incredible fighter coming, but Vegeta doesn't initially believe it. Trunks then arrives to talk to Goten, the half Saiyan then revealing that he's going to enter the Budokai as well, but not by choice, as Goku's making him go. We're then introduced to Pan, Gohan and Videl's daughter, who flew around the Earth, stating that she'll be entering the tournament as well. Vegeta then decides to join himself and forces Trunks to do the same, otherwise he'll cut his allowance. The next day, we cut backstage as Hercule schemes with Fat Buu so he can come out on top as the winner in the tournament this year. Goku and the gang arrive and greet him, and we cut to the lottery to determine the matchups, as Goku asks Buu to use his magic to manipulate the drawing for him so he can go head to head with the incredible fighter. The lottery begins and everyone begins to draw numbers. Suddenly, a short village boy named Oob steps up to draw, and Goku makes it known that he's the fighter he was referring to. Vegeta is of course surprised, prompting Goku to explain that 10 years ago when Kid Buu was beaten, he made a wish that the monster could be reborn as a good guy, and King Yemma was listening, confirming that this kid was apparently the reincarnation of Kid Buu. Meanwhile, Oob is nervous about the competition, but hopes to win the prize money to bring back food to his village. The tournament's announcer begins by explaining the procedures, instructing fighters to enter the ring when called and allowing them to relax or warm up beforehand. Goten is unhappy that he has to face Buu in the first round, but Goku believes it wouldn't be an issue if Goten had trained harder. One of the fighters, Mokeko, complains about facing a little kid and insults Pan, causing her to stick out her tongue at him. Otokosuki is pleased to face Trunks, while Nock taunts Vegeta about his age. Vegeta calmly punches Nock away, knocking him out. The announcer declares that the tournament has begun, and the first match features Pan, a 4-year-old girl and grandchild of Hercule, against Mokeko, who lost to Mr. Buu in the last tournament semifinals last year. Despite concerns from some fans and Hercule himself, Pan quickly defeats Mokeko by knocking him out of the ring. The second match features Goku and the 10-year-old boy named Oob, who Goku intends to train. Realizing Oob's nervous nature, Goku decides to trash talk him to get him to fight, and Oob puts up quite a good one, impressing everyone with his abilities. Having seen enough, Goku offers to train Oob, the boy nervous at first as he really only came for the prize money to feed his family, but Goku assures him that Hercule will give him everything he needs. Goku then flies toward his family and bids them a farewell, stating that he doesn't know how long it'll take to train Oob, but he'll come and visit from time to time. And with that, the two leave the tournament to head towards Oob's village. Goku's family can't believe he left so suddenly, while Piccolo states he hasn't seen Goku this happy in a long time. Vegeta then states how he knows Goku all too well, and that him training Oob has nothing to do with protecting the Earth. Meanwhile, Goku makes Oob promise to fight him when his training's complete and gives him the Flying Nimbus, revealing that the kid is in fact pure of heart. The two then take off excitedly on their new adventure, ready to confront any challenge in their way and remembering that the Dragon Balls will always be there for them in the end.
Well,
that was
Before we start
Justin's
the
den.
video, I asked you guys in the community
He did the modernization or the what you call it,
post whether you
the voiceover for the mangas, so make sure you guys go to his channel and subscribe. Unfortunately, we are still in the lobby. We have 6 out of 8 players. So let's watch the entire Broly arc.
Before we start the video, I want to let you guys know about my affiliation with G Fuel. If you guys utilize the link in my description or pinned comment, or use my discount code JustinsDen, you can get a reduced price on your orders. Being as though the warm season is upon us and some of you guys are finishing up your finals, G Fuel is an amazing taste, zero sugar, and clean energy drink that has some really nice themes too. My favorite is Dragon Ball Z, of course, but you might like others like Naruto, Sonic, Marvel, Tekken, and even The Boys. Clicking the link in my description or using my discount code helps the channel, so I definitely appreciate the support. Anyways, after this we're covering Resurrection F next, so stay tuned and let's get into the video. The Dragon Ball Super Broly movie takes place after the events of the Tournament of Power. Long ago in the vacuum of space, we witness King Cold and his forces approaching the Saiyan homeworld, planet Vegeta. As the Saiyans watch the many ships fly in, some rather recklessly, Zarbon, Dodoria, and the Ginyu Force dispatch. King Vegeta informed that King Cold has arrived. Vegeta can see that for himself though, the king displeased at this unexpected visit. Landing in the front of Vegeta's palace, Cold's subordinates await the landing of their leader, who, departing from his ship, is approached by Vegeta and his entourage. King Cold is surrounded by Frieza and others, greeted by King Vegeta, though he refuses to shake the Saiyan's hand. Cold then introduces his son, Frieza, who intimidates Vegeta with a single glance. He and the rest of his team bow before their opposition, and King Cold soon announces that he'll be retiring effective immediately. He goes on to say that Frieza will now be the new commander of his forces, and clearly establishes that the Saiyans will continue to serve by following his orders. Cold warns King Vegeta of his son's quick temper and cold-hearted nature, and swiftly assuming the responsibility as commander, Frieza laughs and greets the Saiyan race with condescension. To commemorate his rise to power, he introduces new gifts for his subjects known as Scouters, explaining that in addition to serving as communicators between the Saiyans and Frieza Force, they can triangulate a target's position and battle power. However, during the device's demonstration, Frieza notices a number of Saiyans focusing their weapons on both he and his men. Noting that one of the Saiyans have a battle power of 2,000, Frieza swiftly eliminates him, along with the remaining snipers. He and the Frieza Force then take off, having left 500 scouters behind, leaving an angered King Vegeta crushing his device in frustration. Later, King Vegeta inspects his son in his nursing capsule, filled with pride at Prince Vegeta's potential and confident that his offspring will one day reign over the cosmos, usurping the tyrant Frieza. His contentment quickly turns to anger though, as he notices an unfamiliar child in the neighboring pod. One of the Saiyan scientists quickly informs the king that the child is Broly, son of Paragus. When Vegeta exclaims that this nursery was intended exclusively for Saiyan elites, the scientist notes that Broly's latent abilities were exceptionally high. Challenging the scientist's suggestion that Broly's power is on par with Prince Vegeta's, they actually correct him, noting that Broly's far exceeded his son's. Skeptical, King Vegeta retrieves a power reading device and tests it against Broly's pod, causing the child to wail and the device to explode. Nearby, another scientist observes, noting that even discounting anomalous readings, Broly's power is remarkable, prompting talk of him being a valuable warrior with proper training and speculation that he might even be the legendary Super Saiyan. Upon hearing this analysis, King Vegeta's determination solidifies and he resolves on a course of action. Soon after, Paragus hurries and rushes into the throne room where he kneels, pleading for an audience with the king. He questions if word is true that Vegeta plans to send Broly away, and he confirms. Paragus demands to know why Broly is being dispatched to a frontier world, as if he were a low-class Saiyan. King Vegeta attempts to explain that it's a training mission for Broly to develop his extraordinary potential, and that cultivating planets for sale is what Saiyans do. However, Paragus counters that Broly's destination, planet Vampa, is merely a setting with a harsh environment and no humanoid life forms, deeming it a non-suitable planet for sale. King Vegeta then admits that he fears Broly's immense power could threaten planet Vegeta one day, and perhaps even the entire universe. He goes as far as to call Broly a freak, and tells Paragus that he should consider himself lucky that his son's life was spared. Angered, Paragus accuses the king of being jealous of Broly's power, which surpasses that of the prince. This accusation infuriates Vegeta, who threatens Paragus and spitefully reveals that Broly's pod has already launched. In a panic, Paragus crashes crashes through the throne room's stained glass window and heads for the spaceport. He sets his sights on his spaceship to steal and makes a beeline for it, moving past the Saiyan named Beats, who protests and follows him. Ignoring Beats, Paragus commandeers the ship and takes off for planet Vampa with Beats along for the ride. As he pilots the ship through the atmosphere, Paragus explains to Beats the details of his plight and mission. The king, envious of Broly's power, removed him from his nursing capsule and sent him to a desolate world, not to conquer it as Saiyans do, but to get rid of Broly for good. Paragus intends to retrieve Broly from planet Vampa and serve out their exile on a more hospitable planet, informing Beats that he's free to head home afterward. As for Paragus, there's only one path forward. He'll train Broly's incredible power and one day exact revenge on King Vegeta. Paragus and Beats approach planet Vampa, a planetoid almost as small as an asteroid. Despite Beats' cautions, Paragus heads straight for where Broly should have landed 2 days earlier, resulting in a crash landing, though they survive mostly unharmed. As he departs from the ship, Paragus dons a mask, and the two begin searching for Broly using an old scout scope. Soon, they hear a noise, discovering a group of Vampa beetles approaching. One of the beetles attacks Paragus, but he manages to escape. He tries attacking the creature, but his blasts just bounce off its shell. As Paragus and Beats take shelter in a cavern below, Beats fearfully states he shouldn't be out here, as he's not even a fighter. The two remain put until sunrise, then resume their search for Broly. Beats notices that planet Vampa has a moon that's almost full, prompting Paragus to advise him not to stare at it for too long, otherwise he'll become a great ape. During their search, they enter a crater filled with a soft, grassy surface. It's not long before said surface is surrounded by Vampa's tick-like creatures. The ticks penetrate the grass with long, barbed appendages from their mouths and start sucking up something beneath the surface. Suddenly, an earthquake occurs, prompting Paragus and Beats to take to the air as the grassy field transforms into an open mouth, extending into a gigantic, snake-like creature with the face of an attack dog. The creature quickly attacks and eats the Vampa creatures, leading Paragus to understand the food chain on this planet. The Vampa beetles suck the blood from the Vampa beasts, and the beasts eat the beetles in return. Paragus and Beats distance themselves from the scene, and the latter spots Broly's pod in the distance. The pod appears to have been damaged in a crash landing, but Broly isn't there. Using a scope, they eventually locate Broly inside a cave that seems to serve as a nest for the Vampa beetles. It's filled with what looks like their eggs and the corpses of several adult creatures. Broly soon emerges from one of the adult claws, uninjured and holding a piece of a beetle tongue. Paragus expresses his happiness at seeing Broly, but Broly seems wary. Beats uses the scout scope to gauge Broly's battle power, revealing it to be 920 and higher than his own, but Paragus believes that 920 wouldn't be sufficient enough to combat the Vampa beetles and win. Incapacitating his struggling son by gripping his tail, Paragus notices that Broly's armor is a bit loose. He realizes that Broly must have transformed into a great ape the night before the moon was full, explaining the death of the Vampa life forms they're witnessing. Paragus and Beats return to their ship to escape the planet, but discover that the ship's main floater was damaged in their crash landing, leaving them stranded on planet Vampa. They're too far away to call for help, and they only have enough food and water for 10 days. Beats doubts anyone will find them, and Paragus, noting there's only one way for them to conserve food, shoots Beats with a ray gun and kills him. 5 years later, Bardock returns from battle to planet Vegeta, woken up by his Saiyan comrade Leek, who informs him of their imminent arrival. Curious about Frieza's command for the Saiyans to return, Leek is advised by Bardock to remove his scouter, suspecting that someone might be listening. The two notice that Frieza's spaceship is already orbiting the planet, but it will take some time for all of the Saiyans to return. Bardock is wary of their orders, stating that if Frieza had an important message, he could have transmitted it wirelessly. He goes on to say that even if this were about new weapons they were receiving, there would be no urgency in summoning all Saiyans back to their home planet. Though Cold and Frieza have always found the Saiyans useful, Bardock wonders if Frieza has decided he no longer needs them. As they enter the atmosphere with dozens of other ships and land in Bardock's village, the bustling scene is filled with activity, including carts pulling space pods. Leek questions if Bardock is suggesting that Frieza plans to exterminate the Saiyan race, and Bardock confirms, surprising Leek, who tries to stay optimistic. Another Saiyan comrade, Taro, greets Bardock, the latter questioning if he knows why Frieza summoned everyone back to the planet. Taro states he's unsure, but suggests Frieza might have found a valuable planet needing the Saiyans to purge, an idea Leek quickly adopts. Taro also mentions Frieza's inquiries about the legendary Super Saiyan, heightening Bardock's suspicions. On Frieza's ship, one of the tyrant's most trusted men, Kikano, tells Frieza that after doing some digging, the legends of the Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan God appear to be nothing but a myth. Relieved, Frieza agrees but doesn't want to take any chances, viewing the assembly of the Saiyans the perfect opportunity to eliminate them once and for all. At home, Bardock finds his wife Gine working in her butcher shop. She's delighted to see the Saiyan and embraces him as he inquires about Raditz, learning he's on a mission with Prince Vegeta off-world. Bardock then questions how Kakarot is doing, prompting Gine to take her husband to see him. They enter the room with the nursing capsule, and Bardock notes that Kakarot is still small. Gine notes that he's a late bloomer, but mentions he looks just like Bardock, especially his hair. Bardock, with a serious expression, tells Gine that come nightfall, he'll be stealing a space pod to send Kakarot to another planet. Gine protests, but Bardock explains that given Kakarot's low potential, he would have been sent off-world anyway, so they should do it now before Frieza acts. Gine questions what Bardock means, and he explains his suspicions about Frieza, deducing that the tyrant is scared of the Super Saiyan legend and plans to exterminate the Saiyan race as a result. When night falls, Bardock steals a pod and places Kakarot inside. Gine follows him to the Badlands outside of the village in worry, but Bardock reassures her, stating that if he's wrong about Frieza, they can always go after Kakarot later and bring him back home. Gine suggests they all escape together, but Bardock explains they would be detected by scouters, so Kakarot is the only one they can save. She questions Bardock's sudden resolve and concern for his son, prompting the Saiyan to state that he's constantly destroying, so he'd actually like to save someone for a change. He programs the pod's destination to a planet called Earth, far enough to avoid Frieza's attention, with a native population weak enough to pose no threat to Kakarot. As the baby peers through the pod in tears, his parents resolve to their decision, and Bardock tells Kakarot to survive no matter what. As they say goodbye, Bardock touches the pod's window, and Kakarot places his hand against the glass. The pod takes off, and Gine calls out to her son, telling him not to forget them as she breaks down in tears. Bardock comforts her as they watch their son hurtle through space, unaware of the horrible fate approaching their planet. On Frieza's ship, Kikano warns the tyrant that destroying the Saiyans will reduce their forces by nearly half. However, Frieza isn't concerned, as he anticipates that the Saiyans would eventually turn on him given the chance. Deciding the time has come, he opens the hatch and floats out in his hover throne, immediately preparing an attack that he launches to obliterate the planet. Gine looks up from her work in the butcher shop as the Saiyans notice the sky turning bright red. Leek stares toward the sky in shock, glaring as the supernova approaches. Bardock, in his armor heavily damaged from battling several of Frieza's minions, makes a desperate attempt to stop the tyrant's attack by launching a final spirit cannon. However, Frieza's supernova overwhelms the Saiyan's effort, and Bardock is incinerated along with planet Vegeta. Frieza, watching the life signs on his scouter screen drop to 0, proclaims joyfully how much better he feels with the Saiyans now eliminated. Somewhere in space, Vegeta is on a mission with Raditz, Nappa, and 2 other adult Saiyans. One Saiyan informs the others that planet Vegeta has been destroyed by a meteor, shocking the others as they rush to inform Prince Vegeta. Overhearing this, Raditz remarks they were fortunate enough to be spared, while Vegeta muses over the fact that he'll never be King Vegeta now. Nappa questions Vegeta about his brother, but Vegeta shows no concern for him. Another Saiyan questions Raditz about Kakarot, but Raditz dismisses his brother as a weakling and mentions that their mother had sent him off-world. With the remainder of the Saiyan race dwindled to a handful, Prince Vegeta looks toward the sky unbothered as Broly, back on planet Vampa with Paragus, eats a Vampa beetle from a giant eggshell. At the same time, Kakarot's space pod passes by, headed toward Earth, and begins his adventure that we know as Dragon Ball. In the present day, Goku and Vegeta are sparring near Bulma's summer home on an island far to the south of West City. Bulma is watching from a distance with Bola. Whis is visibly excited over some food he's tasting, and Beerus is trying to take a nap. As the Saiyans continue their battle, Bulma remarks to Whis that the island is otherwise uninhabited, so Goku and Vegeta don't have to worry about collateral damage. However, Beerus gets angry when they wake him from his nap with their noise, prompting them to take a break and join the others for food. Whis questions Goku on why he's seeking even greater strength, initially guessing that he's aiming to become a god of destruction. Goku denies this though, and explains that it's because he met incredible fighters from other universes at the Tournament of Power. Whis then poses the same question to Vegeta, who's motivated by the imminent danger of Frieza. Goku tells Vegeta there's nothing to worry about, as as Frieza helped them win the tournament after all. Vegeta, however, argues that they shouldn't expect Frieza to be grateful for his resurrection, and now that they understand Frieza's potential for growth, they shouldn't have risked the possibility of the tyrant getting an even stronger form. A bickering ensues, and Vegeta tells Goku he's too stupid to grasp reality. Suddenly, Bulma receives a call on her wristwatch from Trunks, who informs her that the 6 Dragon Balls she collected in her lab have been stolen. Trunks sends the surveillance footage through the watch, revealing that the thieves were wearing Frieza-style armor. Vegeta and the others instantly recognize what's going on, and when the call ends, Vegeta believes that Frieza must have sent his minions to nab the Dragon Balls so that no one would detect them given their low battle power. Goku wonders what Frieza would wish for since he can't wish for anything beyond Shenron's power, and Vegeta thinks it's obvious, noting that Frieza is aiming to wish for immortality. Regardless of his true intentions for the wish, everyone agrees that Frieza must be stopped. Fortunately, Bulma already knows where to find the last Dragon Ball. She reveals that it's on the Ice Continent, which she initially saved for last because it's so cold out there. Frieza's goons are surely already en route, so Goku and Vegeta agree to travel with her to stop them. Whis wants to go with them, but Beerus prefers to stay where the food is, so Bulma happily saddles him with Bola to babysit. As they take off, Beerus yells after them, prompting laughter from Whis. As they fly toward their destination, Goku questions Bulma on why she wanted to collect the Dragon Balls in the first place. After more inquiries, Bulma admits that she wanted to make herself look 5 years younger, and Goku can't believe she would waste a wish on something so trivial. When Bulma asserts that a Saiyan wouldn't understand how she feels about this, Whis questions why she'd only stop at 5 years. Bulma responds that anything more would be too noticeable, and Goku makes fun of her. Meanwhile, on Frieza's ship, Kikano emerges and relays the news that the 6 Dragon Balls collected by Vegeta's wife have been secured, along with the Dragon Radar, which they're using to find the last one. This pleases Frieza, but he decides they should wait until all 7 are secured before heading to Earth, as the Saiyans don't need scouters to sense his presence. With some time to spare before their arrival, Kikano wants to know whether Frieza will wish for immortality as he's always wanted, but the tyrant reveals that his experience in Hell taught him that immortality isn't all it's cracked up to be, especially when one couldn't do anything. Kikano predicts that he'll wish for invincibility instead, but Frieza thinks that would be boring. Confident that nobody will be able to guess his true intention for the wish, another of Frieza's subordinates, Berry Blue, hits the mark when she suggests that Frieza will wish to be taller. Frieza's reaction confirms it, and Kikano can't believe what she suggested. Berry Blue, however, continues in saying that she's witnessed Frieza's ruthlessness with people who called him a pipsqueak, prompting the tyrant's verbal confirmation with her guess. Frieza swears his subordinates to secrecy and admits that he wants to wish to be 5 centimeters taller. Kikano questions why Frieza doesn't just use his taller second form, but Frieza insists he wants to be taller in his true form, and of course his golden one. Kikano finally questions why only 5 centimeters, to which Frieza responds that anything more would be too noticeable, and that he wants to appear as if he's still growing. Somewhere out in space, a pair named Chilai and Lemo, members of the Frieza Force, are searching for strong recruits. Chilai is frustrated with her mission as it seems pointless, but Lemo reminds her that they were ordered to find as many warriors as possible to strengthen Frieza's depleted forces. Chilai is confused, thinking the army was already large enough, but Lemo explains that a significant portion were killed by Frieza himself. Lemo then questions why Chilai joined the Frieza Force, prompting her to admit that she stole a ship from the Galactic Patrol and hoped that joining Frieza's army would offer her some protection from jail time. She questions Lemo on if he's ever met Frieza, but as a non-combatant, he's only seen the tyrant on video. Chilai expresses that she heard Frieza is short, and Lemo warns her to never repeat that if she values her life. As the two pass by planet Vampa, they intercept a distress signal from an older model ship. Hoping for a bonus, they fly toward the planet, Paragus noticing them from the ground. The two land and investigate the old wreckage, and Paragus emerges from a nearby cave, yelling for their attention and questioning if they're with Frieza's army. Lemo spots Paragus's tail and recognizes him as a Saiyan, surprising Chilai. Paragus introduces himself and explains that he's been stranded since crash landing on the planet. Chilai reads his battle power of 4200, which is much higher than she expected for an old man. As they express their amazement, Lemo questions if Paragus is alone, but he tells him there's another on the planet as well. Their conversation is interrupted though when a Vampa beetle approaches, but Paragus yells for Broly, who drops the claw he was munching on and swiftly charges in. dealing with the creature. Chi-Lai is awed by his performance and tries to read his battle power, but her scouter blanks out as
keep getting
Paragus
failed to connect
introduces
group members.
Broly. Surprised, Chi-Lai tells Lemo that her scouter can't even measure Broly's power,
been waiting
so
like
he
almost
tries to
40
get a reading
minutes,
on
bro.
his, but fails as well. The two can't believe their luck and hurry to deliver
Apologize
this
if everyone's
powerful
still waiting.
specimen to Frieza. On their way,
Try again.
Broly gazes at the food Chi-Lai is eating and is offered some, but nearly eats the wrapping as he isn't accustomed to normal food like the others. Upon tasting the food, Broly devours it and
know if it's
formally
my internet
thanks
or if it's
Chi-Lai,
Sarah's,
but she
but-
tells him to relax a little, leading to a more casual
can't
expression
find
of
the
gratitude.
players.
Upon the group's arrival on Frieza's ship, Berry Blue goes to inform Frieza of their arrival, piquing his interest. Gazing at Broly and Paragus, he's surprised that there are still other Saiyans out there. Frieza questions what happened to Broly's tail, prompting Paragus to explain that he removed it because Broly couldn't control himself when he transformed, making him too dangerous. Frieza inquires if Broly has lost his mind and exploded since the removal of his tail, and Paragus confirms he has, but insists it's only on rare occasions. Frieza counters that rarely is not never, and grows stern at the thought of danger being brought to his ship. So Paragus reveals Broly's collar, a device he invented to electrocute his son into submission when he loses control. Broly becomes visibly distressed when Paragus takes out the remote to demonstrate it to Frieza, gripping his collar in fear, which Lemo and Chi-Lai notice. Frieza inquires for Broly's name, but Broly just blinks and looks away, prompting Paragus to answer on his behalf. Frieza can sense Broly's hidden power, and Paragus assures him that he and his son are at his disposal. Frieza, already turning away, laughs and says he's sure they will serve him well. He instructs Berry Blue to reward the hunters, who present Chi-Lai and Lemo with a bounty in the form of intergalactic silver. They thank the tyrant profusely and leave, while Broly and Paragus remain in the room. Frieza then questions if Paragus is aware of Planet Vegeta's destruction due to an unexpected meteor long ago. Paragus, having heard about it en route to the ship, shows no concern for his race, but regrets that his dream of revenge was stolen from him. Frieza then informs Paragus that King Vegeta's son, Prince Vegeta, is still alive and flourishing. This news upsets Paragus, who exclaims that the royal bloodline should have ended long ago. Frieza then concocts a plan and offers to help him get his revenge, instructing Berry Blue to show Paragus and Broly to the showers and provide them with new battle armor. Alone, Frieza muses over his plan, noting that he may not even have to get his hands dirty this time. Sometime later, Broly and Paragus emerge from showering and don new armor, as Chi-Lai and Lemo invite them to join their table. Chi-Lai notices that Broly is only wearing the undersuit of his armor, and questions why he didn't wear the battle jacket. Broly explains that it was too hard to move in as she demonstrates hers, stating it's not so bad once you get used to it. Chi-Lai then directs her attention to the pelt wrapped around Broly's waist, reaching for it and questions when's the last time he washed it. This triggers Broly when she touches it as he tells her to leave it alone, drawing everyone's attention in the mess hall. Chi-Lai apologizes, touching the fur gently, realizing it must have an important meaning for him. Broly begins to tell her the story behind it, but Paragus interrupts, reminding him that they're here to eat, not speak. Chi-Lai protests, but Paragus brushes her off. She tries to push it, but Lemo advises her to drop the subject. At that moment, a random member of the Frieza Force known as Dagon approaches and tries to flirt with Chi-Lai, suggesting she would have more fun with him rather than her current companions. Paragus keeps a watchful eye on him, and Broly's eyes narrow in suspicion and irritation. Chi-Lai tries to dismiss Dagon, but he persists, so Lemo offers to pay for his meal and send him on his way. Dagon, however, punches Lemo aside, crossing a line for Broly. His hair flares up slightly, but he visibly controls his anger a bit, deliberately walking up to Dagon and ignoring his father's command to stand down. Dagon punches Broly in the chest several times, but the Saiyan doesn't even flinch. Instead, he grabs Dagon by the neck and lifts him off the ground, while Paragus tries and fails to get his son's attention. Broly squeezes harder, clearly threatening Dagon's life, but Paragus resorts to the collar, triggering it as Broly screams in agony under the assault of electrocution. Chi-Lai and Lemo rush to his side, and once they
One second.
Let us finish
man.
this.
About time.
these trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
What more reason to loathe someone?
I think you saw me. No, you saw that guy.
You're a big help.
You found a power key. Go slot it. That's a new power key. Place it now. An ally needs your help.
Flying Nimbus!
You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. Great. You know what to do with that key.
Guy's getting key rush.
That won't work.
You hear him around there. They have a power key radar or a civilian radar, so I even know where that guy is.
Flying Nimbus!
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
You're a big help.
Only a
Flying Nimbus! Stay calm. Stay calm.
Fuck up.
You bastard!
I don't know, man. Nothing I could have done.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it
You
quick.
okay? I owe you one, bastard!
Sold me out, dog. Yo, Mac, you see that?
Oh.
They sent to me right when this guy was tapping my body.
I owe you one.
Somebody's down.
Oh, man.
Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Flying Nimbus!
Great! You know what to do with that key.
I need some time to get my dragon jump down. Yeah, barrier.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now. Flying Nimbus! You're a big help. You're a big help.
I already died once, bro.
Holy hell. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. Oh, man.
I suggest you do not dawdle. You mortals.
Holy hell. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
These are the times where you have to make a right decision. If I go down, I'm KO.
Oh, man.
Don't have a sense to even save this.
Stay calm. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. Get up!
Okay, take the drink, bro. Take the drink, take the drink, take the drink.
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Or give him the drink.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
I gotta go.
Stay calm. Stay calm. Send you a super transfer. Use it to hold the enemy back. The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you
I pressed the wrong button. I don't want to do that dragon drink. I want to do so fair. Oh, we got sliced and diced.
An ally needs your help. Me, homie? Don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. You're done.
Oh my god.
I need your help.
Zamasu. Oh my gosh, bro. This guy was shooting me. Team. Why are you guys not on the time machine? Okay, he gave up. We won. He gave up.
Justice.
Shit, bro. Yeah, he gave up. I wasn't playing. Kiss me. Mac, you still want to play? Alright, I'm gonna give you the code. It was just me in the lobby. You guys want to join? Feel free. Yo, Ivy, still here?
You still here, Ivy?
Doesn't look like it.
Verify that he's okay, Chi-Lai confronts Paragus. The latter explains patiently that his actions were necessary, but while talking, Chi-Lai stealthily steals the remote from his belt. Paragus remarks that she doesn't share his opinions and tells her to stay away from his son, unaware that his means of reining Broly in have been taken from him. Suddenly, Berry Blue enters the mess hall to summon Paragus to see Frieza again. Paragus calls for Broly to join him, but Berry Blue insists Frieza only wants to see Paragus. Before leaving, the Saiyan tells Broly to shut up and behave while he's gone. As soon as Paragus leaves, Lemmo remarks that he might be even worse than his own father, and Chi-Lai laughs. Pleased with herself, she shows Broly the remote she stole, surprising both him and Lemmo. She drops it on the ground and crushes it with her foot, and the two take Broly to the living quarters, where he gobbles more snack bars. Broly demonstrates more of his feral instincts as he's clueless on how to open a bottle, prompting Lemmo to help him as he drinks water for the first time. Comfortable around the two, Broly tells them the story of his pelt. He says that it's the ear of his first and only friend, Ba. Ba was one of the beasts that lived in the craters of planet Vampa. When Broly was a child, he got along with Ba, and part of his training was learning to dodge the beast's attacks. Eventually, Ba saw Broly as a friend and no longer attacked him. However, Paragus was unhappy with this development as it interfered with Broly's real training, so he shot Ba in the head with a ray gun, severing his ear. After that, Ba became angry and never trusted Broly again, so the Saiyans started wearing Ba's ear to remember all of the good times they spent together. Chi-Lai, in awe, tells Broly she didn't expect him to have so much to say, and Lemmo believes Broly to be a truly pure being. Chi-Lai questions if he even likes fighting, or if Paragus is just using him for revenge, and Lemmo notes that Broly doesn't have to do everything his horrible father tells him to do. However, Broly refuses to speak ill of his father, prompting a look of sadness from his new comrades as the Saiyan grips Ba's ear. Meanwhile, on the Arctic continent of Earth, Frieza's goons have finally found the last Dragon Ball, though they're having difficulties. In space, Frieza speaks with Paragus, explaining that Prince Vegeta is living on Earth along with another Saiyan. He suggests that Paragus show off Broly to them, and Paragus is happy to oblige. However, Frieza tells him that while he can take his revenge on Vegeta, Frieza wants to finish off Goku personally for his own revenge, which he's dreamed of for a long time. Paragus is taken aback by Frieza's determination, but he doesn't even know who Goku is, so he bows and agrees to Frieza's wishes. Just then, Kikino runs in and excitedly informs Frieza that the last Dragon Ball has been found. Frieza rejoices, and the ship heads for Earth at full speed. At the same time, Bulma and her crew have finally reached the Arctic. Bulma spots Frieza's goons, and they make a landing. Despite the cold, Goku excitedly jumps out of the ship. Bulma and the Saiyans are casually bundled up in warm clothing, but Whis doesn't need any, casually explaining that it's much colder in outer space. Frieza's goons watch the group from their own ship, and when they see that their scouters' readings have spiked, the two fearfully take off. As they fly away, Goku and Vegeta look up, and Vegeta calmly shoots them down. They approach the enemy ship, with Vegeta lifting it effortlessly with one hand while Goku jumps on top, slapping his hands on the glass and demanding the goons to surrender the Dragon Balls. Goku senses something approaching and looks up, as does Vegeta, still holding the thieves' ship. In space, Frieza arrives, floating out of his ship's hatch, reminiscent of his dramatic entrance during the destruction of planet Vegeta. He drops a petite supernova into the atmosphere, splitting the sky open and pushing away all clouds to quicken the tyrant's descent. Both Goku and Vegeta sense another powerful presence aboard Frieza's ship, but can't identify who it is. They watch warily as Frieza and his crew disembark. As Broly steps off the ship, a wave of power seems to emanate from him, creating a wind that forces Goku and Vegeta to shield themselves. Once everyone has exited the ship, Vegeta recognizes Paragus and Broly as Saiyans, and Paragus trembles as he recognizes Vegeta from his resemblance to King Vegeta.
Hope you enjoy.
Alright, man, lock in. What's up?
Can you hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Where am I?
You found a power key. Go slot it.
You be careful too, okay?
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. An ally needs your help. We don't know what
Flying
danger
Nimbus!
awaits. Think before rushing in.
Not looking too good, guys.
Great. You know what to do with that key.
Thanks.
We might cap those guys' bodies.
Flying Nimbus! Get up! I owe you one.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Hang in there! Flying Nimbus!
rushing in. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick! An ally needs your help!
Bro, what is going
You
on
don't
in
know
this
what
match, man?
danger awaits. Think
Getting
before
slaughtered.
rushing in.
Flying Nimbus!
Welcome. Thank you. Close.
Can't find this damn BP. Check the other side.
You have my thanks.
Right there.
Flying Nimbus!
Nah, this didn't even work.
Great! You know what to do with that key. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
I don't know where this key is, bro.
Welcome. Thank you.
Later. Dragon Ball.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Bro, I'm trying to get off the fucking Nimbus and it's not letting me off.
Now, stay tuned. It shall be done. I will grant your wish.
Here comes a pain! An ally needs your help! You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. This is bad!
Oh, come on!
Down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. A super
is my Dragon
transfer is
Ball,
headed
so.
your way. Take it now!
Maybe that's okay. Sorry, man.
Get up!
Can't find out BP, bro.
Trash will always be trash.
W teammates for real.
Time machine's ready to launch. Ignore the power keys. Get out of there. There's a beacon where the blue light is. Do you see it? Head that way fast. have a beacon, you can call it again. That's a new power key. Place it now.
He's done for it.
Oh no, no!
R.I.P. bro. R.I.P.
If you'd only chosen death, you could have avoided more suffering. The end is nigh!
W teammates, man.
Vegeta. Goku demands to know what Frieza is up to, and Frieza casually responds that he's come to Earth for the Dragon Balls, which he calls to him via telekinesis as his goons stumble after them, falling into the snow. Watching from their ship, Chi-Lai and Lemo wonder what the magical orbs are. Bulma on the sidelines yells at Frieza to return the Dragon Balls and leave, but Whis advises her it's too late for that now, delighting in the prospect of the battle that's soon to come. Goku again demands to know Frieza's intentions. The tyrant then introduces his companions, Broly and his father, explaining that they're Saiyans, though he's sure Goku and Vegeta have already figured this out. Paragus steps forward and introduces himself by name, and Frieza recounts how, when Vegeta was a child, his father exiled Broly to a repugnant planet where he and Paragus were stranded until Frieza found and rescued them. A silence falls on everyone listening, but Goku breaks that silence when he questions what the word repugnant means, prompting an explanation from Frieza. Paragus declares he's come to avenge the sins of King Vegeta upon his son, but Vegeta dismisses this, noting that the sins of his father aren't his own. Goku suggests that, as Saiyans, they should try to get along, but Broly's anger is noticeably bubbling up, needing an outlet. Paragus decides it's time to begin, and Frieza demands he show him how powerful Broly truly is. Paragus then commands Broly to attack, and the Saiyan yells out and charges straight for Vegeta, who blocks his attack with a smile. The two trade blows, with Vegeta completely at ease in his winter jacket for a few moments. It doesn't take long before Vegeta feels pressured enough to rip off his coat, taunting Broly on how this fight may be a pretty good warm-up. The Saiyan Prince deals a few blows to Broly and takes off into the air, but Broly's speed cuts him off, landing a blow as Vegeta thinks he must have studied how to use his power. The two continue their battle in midair, while on the sidelines, Paragus observes that Vegeta is a skilled fighter in his own right. Frieza confirms that Vegeta is no stranger to battle, but on the other hand, since Broly grew up on an uninhabited planet, he assumes this must be his first real battle with another person. Paragus corrects him, saying he fought Broly many times, but Frieza dismisses this, considering Paragus too weak to count. Vegeta and Broly's battle intensifies, with Paragus cheering for Broly on the sidelines. Before long, the two Saiyans lock hands and Vegeta becomes annoyed, his energy building as he knocks Broly away and decides it's time to transform. Gazing up at the Saiyan Prince, Broly witnesses his energy continue to build as he transforms into a Super Saiyan before his eyes. Broly is shocked and doesn't know what to make of the transformation, similar to Paragus who questions it, surprising Frieza as he's never seen a Super Saiyan before. Frieza correctly deduces that Broly is unable to transform, and Paragus can't believe he's witnessing the legendary Super Saiyan. Vegeta's transformation infuriates Broly, who charges at him again. However, Broly finds himself at a significant disadvantage in both strength and speed, as Vegeta fights with the confidence of someone far from reaching his maximum battle power. Soon enough, Broly takes a solid punch to the face, pushing back defiantly against Vegeta's fist. His eyes have turned yellow as Vegeta questions where his adversary came from, soon interrupted as Broly delivers a punch that sends Vegeta through a mountain, the Saiyan quickly realizing that Broly has become even stronger. Broly begins keeping up with Vegeta as a Super Saiyan and putting him on the defensive again, astonishing Goku, though Vegeta doesn't let this go on for too long. He seeks the calm of divine ki as he retreats upward, a fiery aura surrounding him as he transforms into a Super Saiyan god. Regaining control, Vegeta doesn't waste time time letting Broly know it. Initially, Broly is fearful, desperately attempting to land attacks. He repeatedly tries to land a punch, but Vegeta dodges effortlessly until he catches one of Broly's attacks, casually pushing it aside and punching the Saiyan in the face, sending him flying through several mountains. Paragus falls to his knees, believing Broly has reached the limit of his power. Frieza angrily suggests they give up for now and retreat to his ship with the Dragon Balls, while Broly, appearing injured, is approached by Vegeta. Paragus gets up and calls for Broly, trying to persuade him to stand down, but Broly is buried in a distant mountain and isn't listening, instead undergoing an internal struggle for control. Annoyed, Paragus reaches for the remote in his belt pouch and, discovering it's missing, falls to his knees again, desperately calling for Broly to retreat. At the same time, Broly is trying and failing to keep the beast within him contained. Running out of patience, Vegeta aims a God Heat Flash attack to finish Broly off, stating that this was a waste of his time. Goku desperately shouts at Vegeta to stop, but the prince ignores him, blasting Broly into the frozen lake, which melts around him as he plunges downward. In the depths, Broly finally awakens his wrathful form, turning the lake into a powerful whirlpool as he rises in a golden glow and screams in fury. Once again, the force of his ki sends a gale outward, causing Goku and Vegeta to instinctively block. Goku questions what's going on and inquires if Vegeta has ever encountered a Saiyan like this before. Realizing that this fight could go on longer than they expected, Vegeta responds by questioning if Goku has any sensu beans, though he forgot to bring them along. Wrathful Broly fires a mouth blast directly at Goku, who barely dodges as the attack takes off the top of the mountain behind him before exploding in the sky, bathing everything in green light. Gathering himself, Vegeta raises his energy and attacks, landing a punch directly on Broly's face. Surprisingly, Broly takes it head on with no sign of damage. Broly then punches Vegeta, sending him flying skyward. Goku begins to worry and flies after the two, and Vegeta starts to feel pressured as he attempts to fend off Broly's attacks. On the sidelines, Frieza is in good spirits again, questioning Paragus on what's happening. Paragus notes he's unsure, but theorizes that Broly has gained the ability to control the power of the Great Ape in human form without any of the disadvantages of the bulky transfer. However, the downside is that nothing can be done to control Broly now, as he himself has lost sense of who or what he is. Back in the battle, Vegeta is punched through mountains himself. Although he lands gracefully enough, he's feeling overwhelmed. As Broly is about to power up again, Goku yells for his attention in the distance. Turning to meet the Saiyan, Broly notices Goku removing his jacket, asserting that it's his turn to fight now. Goku's interruption infuriates Broly, who powers up as Goku starts warming up. As they charge in, the two exchange a few blows, Broly soon punching Goku deep into a mountain and following him through the other side. Broly relentlessly attacks Goku, who's been struggling to keep up since the fight began. Amping things up, Goku decides to go Super Saiyan and charge back in, but still finds himself outmatched. He manages to catch Broly by surprise by teleporting behind him, but this advantage doesn't last long. Broly quickly reasserts his dominance, knocking Goku into a mountain once again. Goku hasn't given up yet, but as Broly screams in anger and attacks, Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan God just in time. Just before being attacked, Goku starts holding his own, and Broly becomes increasingly angry. As the latter rushes in to attempt another powerful attack, Goku uses his God Bind technique to paralyze Broly long enough to try to talk some sense into him. He tells the Saiyan that he and Vegeta live peacefully on Earth, but Broly rages and tries to punch Goku, though he can't move. Goku concedes that they've had their many battles over the years, fighting horrible people, but tells Broly that he knows he's not a bad guy, and that he shouldn't let bad people boss him around. Kikuno, watching from the sidelines, panics along with Paragus, thinking Broly might switch sides. Frieza finds Goku's attempts at peacefully stopping Broly amusing, and sure enough, Broly gets angry enough to break Goku's hold on him. Broly pulls back for a massive punch, reversing the God Bind on Goku, but Goku barely manages to tank the attack. With some effort, he grabs Broly by the wrist and slams him to the ground with enough force to cause an earthquake. Bulma's perch is threatened nearby, and Vegeta manages to catch her. The plateau where Frieza's ship is parked begins to collapse, and Kikuno
Make sure you lock in, man. What's your theory? I don't know.
Can you hear me? It's Trunks.
Flying Nimbus!
This is a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Yeah, he should have went Ultra Instinct. I don't know why he didn't. If he went Ultra Instinct, then he would have won for sure. And then the movie would have ended. I think he said that he didn't know how to tap back into it. At the time. I think that was the excuse. Why we didn't get it.
Great! You know what to do with that key. That's a new power key. Place it now. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. Ah! Ah! Great! You know what to do with that key.
level 3, yeah, so.
We got Ultra Instinct in the Broly movie, and Broly beat Ultra Instinct, then Ultra Instinct would have been washed, right?
I keep on here.
Holy hell.
Leave teammates, man. Good, I think he saw me.
Holy hell. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits.
Nah, he
Think
knows the
before
keys
rushing
right.
in. Oh man. A super transfer is headed your way. Faster! Take it now! This is bad! Somebody's down! Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Yeah, I took. Oh man. Do it.
An ally needs your help.
All right then.
We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
I don't think Goku was in a death situation fighting Broly. I think he just got beat up. He still had enough energy to like Ultra Instinct out of there, right? Not Ultra Instinct, Instant Transmission out of there. He wasn't in a life or
The
death
escape time
situation.
machine's ready to launch. Ignore the power key. Get out of there. There's a beacon where the blue light is. Do you see it? Head that way fast. The super time machine startup system is ready. Please, you need to be extra careful. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Nah, the only part I know is the
Watch out
fusion.
for enemies. I've sent the escape time
Vegeta.
machine.
I don't know if he had an
Get out of there.
actual plan.
Trash will always be trash. If you'd only chosen death, you could have avoided more suffering. The end is nigh!
Got killed. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the stream now. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 10 minutes. And we streamed for almost 3 hours earlier. So 5 hours in total. If you stayed this long, I'd like to say thank you. Please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and have yourself a good night. See you later, Mac. See you later, Gohan. See you later, Ivory. Daryl, Wilford. Everyone who came by and said what's up. Have a good night, guys. Peace.